Hi everyone. I'm back. Sorry I'm late again. I think instead of trying to shoot for a specific day, I'm just going to try and do an episode about a week every week because my schedule is not consistent. So it makes sense why it's so difficult for me to be consistent with this kind of thing. So thank you for being patient with me and thank you for watching. I've got my matcha latte in my adorable Sanrio. I got like a whole matcha kit and I'm very excited about it. I also, of course, have my notebook ready for any interesting lore and stuff like that. It's definitely getting serious, which means I am 1000% more invested. So, without further ado, let's go back to Hinamizawa. It's like coming back home. Sleepy.
ケイチくんでっかいあくび。
I'm usually awake once it's time to eat, but doesn't look like I can do it today.
ゆうべ遅くまでテレビ見てたら眠くて眠くて。
Relatable. What do you guys like to stay up doing? Watching TV is not really a thing anymore.
ケイちゃんが喜びそうな番組なんかやってたっけ?
Yeah, I was up late watching hentai. What of it? We should actually compare notes, Mion, because I know you are too, okay? You can't hide it from me. Oh, not me forgetting there were literally children here.
ちょっと待て。勝手に想像して決めつけるんじゃねえ。
男の子なら当然です。恥ずかしくないですよ。
Rika? Oh my god. Rika not patting my head only made me feel worse.
ちょっとこの昼休みは爆睡させてくれ。いや本当マジで。
あら、私が黙って見過ごすとお思いで。
邪魔したら怒る。すごい怒る。
Man, Keiichi's making me more eepy. I'm terminally eepy. Oops, let's get my cursor out here. This was just dreadful. Just so sleepy. I slumped my head onto the desk and drifted off into an afternoon nap. It seemed that Sadako had responded, but I pretended not to hear her.
さとこちゃんやめなよ。ケイチくん寝ちゃった。寝顔かいい。後でお持ち帰りしていいから。そっとしときな。向こうへ移動しましょうです。ケイチにうるさいと悪いですよ。
Aw, Rika-chan is so good. I was
先
just
生が
thinking
来ても
that.
起こさないであげましょうです。
Oh, I take it back. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night because I was watching TV was a lie. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with I keep wanting to call him Oishi-san. Mr. Yummy. Officer Delicious over here. With Oishi that afternoon, I didn't get much sleep. Just spending the day like this. It's almost as if the incident with Tomitake-san didn't happen at all. It made me think, was Oishi-san just trying to deceive me? But it was probably the truth. Yeah, everyone's acting like nothing happened. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. He wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be of any help, I probably wouldn't have listened in the first place. It ended up with me again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I had never learned about it, I would, without a doubt, be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for this.
それっていつから？もう次の日にはいなかったって。綿流しの晩に失踪したらしいよ。
Mion whispered to keep others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Nena's voice was even harder to pick up. But I could still tell that she was quite upset. Oh, okay. It couldn't be. Are they talking about Tomitake-san?
さん、けなの？わかんない。私の知る限りではね。
I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I needed to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier just to sit here and pretend I was asleep to listen in on their discussion. Wait, why did I have to pretend to be asleep while eavesdropping on my friend's conversation? The guilt stung.
で、他にもいるんでしょか。彼女がたたりにあったのか、鬼隠しにあったのかはわかんないけどね。
Onikakushi title drop. Or chapter title drop. Onikakushi? Onikakushi. To be hidden away by a demon? What a mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good.
いや、何せよ。だよね。お社様ならね。でも今年は出ないよ。バッチャと村長さんが話してたんだけどさ、今年は事前に警察と話がつけてあるらしいんだよ。何が起こっても騒ぎにしないで穏便に片付けるって。じゃあレナたちが知らないだけでどこかで誰かがかもね。次はレナかな。安心しなよ。レナはちゃんと帰ってきたよ。でもダメだったんでしょ。昔の話だよ。もうやめよう、この話。
Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term onikakushi. To be demoned away. By the context it was used in, I would guess it's similar to being spirited away. That reminds me of the swamp. That is also, they think there's a portal to the demon realm. I suspected that was what it meant because Tomitake-san and that woman, it really bugged me that I don't know her name, vanished after the Watanagashi. The next thing that stuck out was when Rena said, "There's another one, right?" Mion also said, "If it's Oyashiro-sama's, yeah," responding to something. If it's Oyashiro-sama's curse, then there had to be 2 victims. Is that what she meant? Come to think of it, I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know if it was from the curse or if it was a case of Onikakushi. It seems that the curse and being demoned away are different things, and they were phenomena that were paired together. I recalled Tomitake-san's terrible end. That wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. That horrendous end would best be described as cursed. Then, the woman with him. It means she vanished because she was demoned away? What I do know is that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper. And the last point that bothered me was Rena. Rena was frightened. For what reason, I didn't know. However, she knew that something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse. If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't a guardian deity supposed to defend the citizens and drive out invaders? If I recall correctly, yesterday, Oishi-san said that originally the targets were enemies of the village, but recently, there was no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. But if that was the case, then I would think that I'd be the more likely target, having moved here more recently than Rena. From her composure, I could infer that she was grimly certain that she would be next. I should probably relay what I heard just now to Oishi-san, informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends while pretending to be asleep. It made me feel terrible. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Would it be better not to seek the answers to those questions? As I continued to learn more and more, I felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. I would definitely regret this one day. I would definitely regret ever having learned of these events. The happy music coming back in kills me. In the distance, I could hear the ring of the handbell signaling the start of afternoon classes. Couldn't sleep at all. I hastily opened my eyes and raised my head up. It was in that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. There was a thumbtack stuck on the back of my chair with tape. Circumstantial evidence was enough. Guilty without trial. Capital punishment. I furiously jumped up from my seat. And I tripped as if my feet were tangled up. My shoelaces had been tied together.
やるじゃねえか、サトコ！俺が寝ている間に気配を消してこれだけの上等をやってくれるんだよ。
The teacher came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Sadako.
先生が来ましたよ、ケイチさん。着席遊ばせ。
Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick to the forehead.
ケイチさんがいじめた。ほら、前原くん、下級生をいじめてはいけません。謝りなさい。
I saw Sadako stick her tongue out at me. That little brat.
ほら、前原くん。
She warned you at least this time.
へいへい、謝りますよ。サトコさん、ごめんなさい。
In any case, I apologized, even if it was in a completely insincere tone of voice. Damn her. I'll remember this.
ケイちゃん、ケイちゃん。その恨みは部活でね。着席、着席。
I sat down after Mion told me to. She'd switched to class representative mode. With the boring classes finished, school was finally over for the day. Now then, what should we do for our club today? Personally, I would like to play that deduction game one more time. I was hardly able to play it last time because of Oishi-san. Rena and I weren't even able to test out our strategy.
そうだね。今日こそケイチくんと二人で大勝利だよね。
大勝利! What a cute word.
でもどうでしょうね。同じゲームを続けて2日やった試しはありませんし。ミーにお願いしてみたらどうでしょうです。
Mion looked over her shoulder as we made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up.
いっけね。今日おじさんの手伝いの日だ。
What? Should I be suspicious? This is so weird for her.
悪いみんな、今日なし。
おじさんの手伝い？柄にもなく高校なやつだな。
悪い悪い。ほんとすっかり忘れてた。じゃあごめんねみんな。今日はおじさんこれで帰るわ。
I mean, the Sonozaki family is like, I'm watching her. I don't know. She's my friend, right? I don't know. Her family is really heavily ingrained in Hinamizawa. And, I mean, I guess... Rika's family as well. Satoko's, I mean... Not as much, and then Rena, I think, is dead last, and she just moved here the other year. Well, I mean, if we're counting Keiichi in that, then Keiichi's dead last, but that's obvious. We already know that.
みーちゃんね、たまに街にあるおじさんのお店の手伝いに行くんだよ。
I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff.
バイト代が出ると言ってましたですわ。結構なお小遣いになるらしいですの。
I see. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there.
しかしそれはアルバイトと言うんじゃないのか？
アルバイト。
校則で禁止されてないか？
Oh, is it? Are they not
家
allowed
事
to?
手伝いは除くと書いてありますです。
Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today?
じゃあ今日はこれで解散かな。
別に部長不在でもいいだろう。やろうぜ、部活。
I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from that ever-growing pile of games.
お、あったあった。昨日の推理ゲーム。 ようやくコツが分かってきたところで中断しちゃったからな。
At the very least, I wanted to repay Sadako for what she did during the afternoon break.
私は構いませんけど、レナさんとリカはどういたします？ケイチくんがどうしてもって言うなら、ちょっとだけいいかな。
Why does she not look so pleased about it, though?
僕はみんなが揃っての方がいいなと思いますです。
I think, wow, Dika is just... Why is this little child the most mature one here? When she says it like that.
部活がないなら、僕はお買い物に行きたかったのです。
What does she want to buy?
お醤油とかを買いに行きますですよ。
Like grocery shopping.
あ、そうでしたわね。すっかり忘れてましたわ。なら、レナも久しぶりに宝探しに行こうかな。
What's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities. If I kept on trying to push the matter, it may make them realize I had a trick up my sleeve. Oh well, I'll give up this
ちぇ
time.
このゲーム楽しみにしていたのにな。
So we're kind of like going through the school life stuff pretty quickly this time. I shuffled through the cards as if I was still caught up on it.
またの機会に叩きのめして差し上げましたよ。
犯人はサトコ、凶器はピストル。やはり貴様の仕業だったか。
なんですって？じゃあ
Sadako looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me.
犯人はケイチ。凶器はロープで、犯行現場はラウンジですわ。
ロープなんかいらねえ。このまま締め殺してやら。
いやー、ケイチさんの毛玉な。
Phew. Well, I guess it's good that I got that out of my system.
ケイチさん、覚えてらっしゃい。いっぱいいっぱいいたぶられましたですね。かわいそかわいそです。
Used as a plaything.
かいかい。
Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather up the scattered cards. I suddenly paused. They were just the suspect cards, but I noticed something strange. Rena, Satoko, Rika, Keiichi, Mion. Satoshi? Who is Satoshi? Not all the cards were made by us. Or at least, every card besides this one has the name of a club member. Does this mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Was there someone in the class named Satoshi? I couldn't find anyone named Satoshi on the class roster stuck up on the wall.
ケイチくん、早く片付けよう。
I'm gonna take a note of that. Being rushed by Rena, I finished up quickly. Satoko and Nika-chan had already headed merrily for their lockers, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Rena had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave.
レナ、やっぱりこのクラスからも転校で出て行っちゃった生徒って結構いるんだろ？
I tried asking Rena in a bit of a roundabout way. Rena made a troubled face and then answered.
うん。ひなみ沢って田舎でしょ？転校していっちゃう人も時々いるよ。
じゃあこのサトシってやつも転校してったのか？
ごめん。よく知らないの。
Was this maybe before her time? There was a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate.
その、意地悪で言ってるんじゃないの。ちょうど去年、レナが転校してきてから入れ替わりだったかな。
I can't tell if she's lying to me or
だ
not.
から、あんまりお話ししたことないの。
But she does know who he
ごめんね。
is, maybe? Didn't hear much? But you heard something? I'm not sure, sorry. Her answer was a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. I was saddened by her denial and felt a little bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? Friends don't keep secrets from their friends, do they? Though I do appreciate that they kept that unsettling curse thing from me. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them. That's that's what it means to be friends, right? For a moment, I wondered just what kind of face I was making just then, with these mixed feelings of sadness and annoyance.
ケイチくん、怖い顔してる。なんでだろう、なんでだろう。
It was probably exactly the kind of face Nena said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened
あ、
her.
ごめん。今日の部活楽しみにしてたからさ。残念だっただけだよ。
I rustled Nena's hair.
帰ろうぜ。
Dragging that awkward mood with us, we headed home. It's like he's still an outsider. That sucks. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling lately? I didn't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long outstretched shadow gave no answer to my naive inquiry.
ケイチくん、疲れてるのかな
Nena timidly questioned the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made this situation even more unsettling.
そうか？
うん、今朝からケイチくん、なんだか元気ないよ。風邪かな
Physically, I was pretty sure I was in perfect health. It may not seem like it, but I've had perfect attendance since elementary school. Nena continued on since I didn't give her an answer.
きっとケイチくん、引っ越しの疲れが今になってきたんだよ。
Girl, it's been months.
前に住んでたところとは全然違うところだもん。いろいろ慣れたり覚えたり、疲れて当然だよ。
そうなのかな。
うん、絶対にそうだよ。レナも最初そうだったから。わかるんだよ。だよ。
I wondered if Nena also experienced the slight bit of alienation last year that I was feeling right now. Thinking so, I felt that she was the only one who could understand how I felt.
レナがひなみ沢に転校してきた時の話が聞きたいな。どんなだった？
Feeling I had been drawn into the conversation, her face suddenly brightened.
ケイチくんと同じだよ。人の名前も村の中も全然わかんなかった。みーちゃんとかが親切にしてくれたから全然寂しくなかったけど、やっぱり心細かったよ。
Nena told me all the details of when she had moved here. All of her first acquaintances and surprises, worries and good times.
じゃあ、レナもサトコにやられたのかよ。
うん、椅子に座ろうとしたら画鋲が置いてあったの。どっさり。そしたらそれを懐かしいな。
ミオンの部活にはいつ頃誘われたんだ？早速初日にか？
ううん、最初は部活なんてなかったんだよ。途中からできたの。放課後にみんなで残ってゲーム大会をやろうって言い出して。
そういえばミオン初代部長とか言ってたっけな。納得。
内緒だけどね、みーちゃん最初は弱かったんだよ。全然勝てなかった。
ミオンが？ちょっと想像つかないぞ。
自分で言い出した罰ゲーム、ほとんど自分でやってたんだよ。
What? Was
本
Satoshi
当
the
に内
best?
緒だからね。
I can't believe Mion was like that. So she gradually transformed into a monster who used any means necessary to win during that time. Mion is at her best when she's fighting dirty.
みーちゃん以外ともちょっとずつお友達になれて、でも、ケイチくんが引っ越してきてからかな。ようやくここに馴染めたって自覚したのは。
So about a year? I guess Dena had also been left in the dark about Oyashiro-sama when she had just moved here. I guess when they finally told me about Oyashiro-sama, I'd be considered one of them.
俺はいつになったら仲間だと認めてもらえるんだろうな。
なんて言ったの？
あ、いや、ごめん、独り言。
ケイチくん変なの。
Nena was poking fun and laughing at me, and I couldn't help but laugh as well. But I suddenly stopped. Then, after making up my mind, I spoke.
なあレナ、みんなは俺に嘘や隠し事なんかしてないよな。
Oh boy, I'm so nervous.
してないよ、全然。
Oh, come on.
嘘だろ。
Nena suddenly stopped. Her expression was cold and intense.
どういう意味だろう。
What was that? Why was is she mad? What?
圭一くん、
Her tone was still the same cheery and lighthearted one as
してるよな。
before. Oh, he's pushing it.
俺に
He's doubling
隠し事
down.
を。
Okay, but this is good, though, that he's, he wants to have a conversation about it. After understanding what I meant, her expression grew even more intense. Seeing that face, I regretted saying something so rash. But she came back at me in a way I didn't expect.
じゃあさ、
Jesus!
圭一くん。圭一くんこそ、レナたちに嘘や隠し事をしてないかな。
Oh, this is so creepy! Oh no. Does she know that we talked to the police? Her tone didn't change, but it was the first time I'd seen this expression from Nena. With how her gaze pierced through me, I couldn't believe this was the same Nena. She's so creepy! Ah!
してないかな。
She's kind of short, though. Can you really be that menacing if you're short? I don't know, she's creeping me out.
嘘や隠し事。してないかな。
You are. Secrets. She didn't actually say that part, but she looked as if she did. The incident with Tomitake-san and how I felt alienated from the group. Even without having to think about it, there were things I knew that I felt guilty about. But I didn't tell everyone about what happened with Tomitake-san to be considerate. I was keeping it a secret just the same way they didn't tell me about Oyashiro-sama. Then, aren't we even?
してないよ。嘘も隠し事も。
嘘だよ。
Her answer was instant and it shook me. Nena stared as if burrowing through me, watching me like a hawk.
どうして嘘だって。
圭一くん、昨日の部活の時、先生に呼ばれて職員室に行ってたって言ったよね。レナは知ってるよ。圭一くんは職員室になんか行かなかった。
I swallowed hard. It clearly wasn't a bluff. She knew what happened.
先生はお客さんが来たって言ったんだよね。でも、昇降口ではお話ししてなかった。校門のところの車の中で話をしてたよね。
Did she follow me?
知らないおじさんと。
Nena knew everything. She knew that I was called out by Oishi-san, and that I heard about the incident with Tomitake-san as well. Did she know all of it?
誰？あのおじさん。
知らない人だよ。
知らない人がなんで圭一くんに用があるの？
俺が知りたいよ。
じゃあ何の話をしていたの？
みんなとは関係のない話だよ。
Ooh, that was a lie.
嘘だ！
Oh, Jesus. I didn't expect her to explode like that. Holy shit. Then his scream echoed through the trees. That one really got me. Hold on, I need some matcha after that. Sending frightened birds into the air. I couldn't exhale the deep breath I had just taken. No, it was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. It was here I first realized. The person in front of me? She wasn't Nena Ryugu. Is she Reina? Not that that really makes a difference. Then, who was it that was standing before me now? Who had assumed Nena Ryugu's appearance? I had held my breath for so long I could feel myself suffocating.
ね？
And then she made a facial expression that Nena normally might have made. It didn't matter that it was Nena's usual smile. It chilled me to the bone. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. It wasn't the least bit exciting. Whoever this was with Nena's face was going to chew my nose right off. I cowered as I imagined that. Then she smirked as if she was able to see right through me. This is so creepy. Something with the, pupils being gone.
圭一君に内緒や隠し事があるように、レナたちにだってあるんだよ。
It was Nena's usual smile, but her eyes were still like that of a hawk's. Bringing her face close enough to mine to almost bump into my nose, she kindly persuaded me. I couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me, this person who looked like Nena, frightened me to my core. I was terrified knowing that she could hear the sound of me swallowing nervously. After what felt like an eternity, after a long, empty silence, she finally spoke.
行こう。だいぶ涼しくなってきたよ。
What the hell? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I'd be like, Dad, we gotta pack our bags. Okay, you can do art somewhere else. Anywhere else. Hell no. It was Nena again. Smiling at me once more, she started walking as if nothing at all had happened. When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out from under me and I slumped onto the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Nena was out of sight.
あれは誰だったんだよ。
I felt cold. My body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought and asked myself once again, who was that person who looked like Nena Ryugu? That was so spooky. Oh, and this is only the first chapter. I'm in for a good time. Please don't tell me that was the end. Yes, there's more. I was out of it and couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner except stare blankly into space. Was I terrified from Nena going off on me? No, that's not right. That was someone else who only looked like Nena. How much am I supposed to trust Keiichi's judgment in this? I'll probably make a note of, was this Rena or not? Then who could it have been? It was a dreadful feeling, knowing that that was someone else, not Nena. So tomorrow, I shouldn't have a problem talking to Nena like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting. I concluded that I should just calm down and clear my head, though those thoughts continued swirling around my mind. Finally, I returned to my senses as I heard my mother calling out to me from the bottom of the stairs.
圭一、本屋さんから電話よ。
Ooh, the bookstore. Bookstore? Can't think of why they'd be calling me. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway.
夜分遅くに申し訳ありません。
Oishi, you sly dog.
私、沖宮書房の大石と申します。
大石さん？大石さんじゃないですか。
ごめんなさいね。ご両親が出られたので、本屋さんということにしておきました。
Okay, but wait. Sorry, why lie to his parents about who you are? I'm gonna take a couple of notes.
警察ですって名乗ると、いろいろ気分を害されるでしょうしね。
It puts people off, sure. But I feel like, especially you're talking to a minor, I don't know. It's weird. Oishi-san was, in his own way, rather courteous. Don't see it like that, Keiichi. Even so, I didn't want my parents hearing me talk to the police. I brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed back up to my room on the second floor.
夜分遅くにすみませんですね。実は昨日渡した電話番号のメモ、あれ古い番号だったんです。本当に申し訳ない。これから申し上げる番号を控えておいてもらえますか。
はい。どうぞ。
He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down. I thought that was the end of it, but he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up.
さて、どうでしょう、前原さん。何か変わったことはありましたか？
I see. This was the real reason. He really beat around the bush there. His adult conversational skills left me slack-jawed.
大石さんはここの地元の方ですか？
ねえ、そうです。生まれも育ちも沖宮ですよ。
If he's from around here, he might know.
大石さん、鬼隠しって何のことか知ってますか？
それはですね、人が鬼にさらわれ、忽然といなくなってしまうことなんです。このあたり独特の言い回しですね。世間様で言う神隠しと同じ意味です。
Whereas my friends would say they didn't know when I asked, this older man gave me a direct answer. It made me a bit happy that he answered me directly without trying to hide anything.
南沢は、前原さんにこんなこと言っていいんでしょうか。
もったいぶらないでくださいよ。大石さんが言わないなら俺も何も言いませんよ。
ああ、いやいや、そういう意味じゃないんですよ。ただその気を悪くされないかと思いましてね。実はですね、ひなみ沢はその昔、鬼の住む里って呼ばれて恐れられていたんですよ。
You don't say.
鬼って地獄にいる金棒を持った
というよりは人食い鬼ですな。
Oh no. Human eating? Oh hell no. Dad, we gotta move. I can't. I mean, I guess, yeah. How would you convince your parents of what you think is happening? I mean, I don't know. It's like no one's even talking about what happened at the Watanagashi. So, is it common knowledge that Tomitake and whoever the woman he was with, one was killed and one is missing? I don't think so. Maybe Keiichi's parents don't even know about that. I mean, how would they know? Human eating monsters is so fun and terrifying.
里に降りてきて人をさらって食い散らかしてしまう。なんて怖い昔話があるんですよ。
I wonder if that's what happened to Rena? Or maybe all our friends are demons. That would be so fun.
たたりと鬼隠しは一緒に起こるって言ってましたけど、どういうことですか？
I already knew about the mysterious deaths happening 5 years in a row. But I didn't know there were people disappearing for those same 5 years.
たたりと鬼隠しが必ず一緒に？それは初めて聞きました。
I guess I should make a note of this too.
そうなんですか、前原さん。
それは俺が聞きたいですよ。レナとミオンが話してたんです。お社様のたたりなら必ずたたりと鬼隠しが起こるって。
Oishi-san began hemming and hawing on the other end of the receiver. Maybe something about that came to mind.
前原さん、最初の事件ご存知ですよね。バラバラ殺人。
ええ、6人の犯人のうち1人はまだ逃走中なんですよね。
例えばそれ、逃走中じゃなく鬼隠しにあったんじゃないでしょうかね。
Huh? It was an outrageous hypothesis from Oishi-san. The incident 4 years ago was a particularly ghastly one. The police already knew the perpetrators, so they posted tons of wanted posters with his face on them. They staked out various locations and investigated every possible escape route he had. But after 4 years, there wasn't even a hint of where he might be, unless the police were completely incompetent. Even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off.
じゃあその翌年の事故はどうです？誘致派の男と妻が一緒に事故死したんですよね。
Let me go back to, yeah, oh yeah, the dismemberment, and then... It might have been on the first page of my notes, actually. Yeah, so... 6 offenders murdered, dam site overseer, dismembering, hiding body. All arrested except for 1. Maybe he was demoned away.
実は
Or
です
they.
ね、正式には事故死したのは夫だけなんです。妻は死体が上がりませんでしたから。
Yeah, his wife went missing. Yep, a wife missing.
現行法では死体が発見されない限り行方不明扱い。
The next one is the mysterious illness the priest died of, and the wife drowned herself? But if she drowned herself in the swamp, that's known as the Demon's Abyss, then she was technically demoned away. And then the one after that, they found a housewife beaten to death. And someone relating to the dam supporter who fell off the cliff? I'm not sure what I meant by that, related to the first one. At the time of the incident, with the river below the cliff being muddy rapids, the police divers had searched every branch off the main stream of the river for dozens of miles, but in the end, they weren't able to find her body.
でも死体が見つからないだけで亡くなったんですよね。鬼隠しとは違うんじゃないですか？
死体が出ない以上亡くなったとは言えません。法律で定めた年月が過ぎるまで生存扱いなんです。
How many years is it? I'm not sure if it was right to call that being demoned away. The wife is missing. At least that part was reality.
3年目はどうなんですか？神主は病死、妻は自殺ですよ。
前原さん、実はね、これも全く同じなんですよ。
The wife had supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless swamp deep in the forest around Hinamizawa, meaning it's all circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note in front of the swamp. A diver was able to recover a few of her articles, but they weren't able to find a body. The investigative headquarters believed that she had faked her death and was still alive somewhere.
これらを鬼隠しと呼んでいいかちょっとわかりませんがね。前原さんの言う通り、確かに毎年一人行方不明になっています。
今年の事件では富武さんの連れの女の人が行方不明。
Wait, can we talk about the housewife that was beaten?
じゃあ去年の主婦の撲殺事件はどう
Thank you.
です？
Yeah.
誰か行方不明になりましたか？
Who went missing?
確か犯人は逮捕されたんですよね。
逮捕されてます。以前に逮捕歴もあるやつでしてね、別件で取り調べ中に犯行を自供してます。ですがですね、犯人逮捕からしばらくして被害者宅の子供が
A
行
child?
方不明になったんです。
Why wasn't that reported?
犯罪に巻き込まれたのかどうなのか、現在も捜査してます。
だって犯人は捕まったんですよね。それともその仲間が？
さあ、多分単独犯だと思います。もっとも今では確かめようもないんですよ。実はその男、取り調べ中に拘置所内でお亡くなりになっちゃいまして。
This is for the housewife, right? That's crazy. He swallowed a spork and choked to death. A spork?! That is so suspicious. I'm just gonna write parentheses spork.
つまり過去5年間必ず死者と行方不明者が一人ずつ出ているわけなんですよね。
そうなります。でね、私も驚いていますよ。こんな共通項には気づきませんでした。
You never realized that? Man, you're a shitty cop. I couldn't believe that this could help lead to the closing of those incidents. It was just something they had in
例え
common.
ば鬼隠しにあって失踪した人には何か共通点があるとか。
Oishi-san mumbled as he seemed to be thinking about it. So I summarized the events.
1年目はダムの作業員、
Yep, the first year the dam employee.
2年目は誘致派の男の妻、
Mm-hmm.
3年目は神主の妻、4年目は被害者宅の子供で、5年目は交際相手かな。特につながりはなさそうだし。
1年目はともかく、妻とか交際相手とか。
Wives and girlfriends, that's what I was thinking too. It does seem like there are a lot. Then that means the fourth year's victim's child was different. It would have really stood out if it were all married couples. Except it's not just married couples, but parents and children as well. Come to think of it, I believe Tomitake-san also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved, if I recall correctly.
4年目に行方不明になった子供ってどんなだったんですか？
おとなしい感じの方だったらしいです。年はあなたの一つ上です。名前は北条聡さん。
What? Yeah, okay, I thought that one might be connected to Satoko. So, Satoko's mom was beaten and found. And then the perpetrator died in his cell by swallowing a spork, which is so hilarious. And then Satoko's brother went missing? That poor baby! How is she holding it together? Oh my god. And this only happened, what, 2 years ago? Is that right?
え？サトシ？
あ
I remembered that name. Didn't they tell me Satoshi transferred out last
な
year?
たの学校に去年まで通っていました。話を聞いていませんか？
Come to think of it, when I transferred in, I believe they said my seat belonged to a transfer student. Then, where I sat, once belonged to the one who was demoned away. It was his seat. I recalled the cold sensation that came from that desk. It made my hair stand on end. This string of mysterious deaths. No, Oyashiro-sama's curse. I now knew how it connected to me. That chilling sensation. It was the feeling of Oyashiro-sama caressing the back of my neck.
お社様のたたりか。
Could Oyashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it, and I was scared. That was why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by man and not the work of a curse. But the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed. No, the more I dug, the more mysterious it became. If I kept digging, eventually, I'd reach the point where I'd learned something I really shouldn't know. To either be none the wiser or to seek an answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? Maybe it'll be me next time. My execution could only be delayed for 1 year. I'd be shitting bricks. That was when I remembered. Nena. Nena said she may be the next victim of the curse.
竜宮レナさんですか？
So we might have 2 years is what you're saying.
去年転校されてきた前原さんのクラスメートですよね。女の子には刺激の強い事件ばかりです。怖がるのも無理ないんじゃないでしょうかね。
It wasn't that. She said it might be her next. She said it in a way that made me think she had a concrete reason behind it.
もっと確信じみたものだったように思います。なんていうのか、その。
She was frightened. Her sudden change in demeanor. That someone who looked like Nena but wasn't Nena. That might be unrelated. All the strange things that I felt from Nena today came back to me.
そうですか。では こちらでも少し調べてみます。前原さんも少し竜宮さんの様子に注意してあげてください。
それはレナを見張れってことですか？
そんな意味ではありませんよ、前原さん。お友達が次の被害者にならないよう少し気にしてあげてほしいということです。
At that moment, just as my mouth was agape because I was so impressed with his mature, clever way with words, a sudden knock at the door sent my heart racing. In an instant, I had pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver.
ケイチ、ちょっとここを開けてくれ。
On the other side of the door, I heard my father's oddly upbeat voice. What could it be? It's so
すみ
late.
ません、親父が来ました。今夜はこれくらいでいいですか？
ええ、夜分遅くに本当に申し訳ありませんでしたね。何か分かりましたら教えてください。こちらも進展がありましたらご報告しますよ。では失礼します。
ケイチ、早く開けてくれ。父さん、両手が塞がってるんだ。
What is Dad doing? I had stayed in the same position while on the phone the whole time, so my joints were aching. When I opened the door, I saw my father was standing there with a tray. On that tray, cookies and 2 cups of black tea, a fairly fancy spread for our household. There was even sugar and lemon slices on the side, everything you could ask for. This was quite the show of hospitality.
何父さん、それ何のつもりだよ。
もう、はぐらかすなよ、ケイチ。入るぞ。
Huh? Dad was in high spirits and had a smirk on his face. But for my entire life, I've never seen him act this hospitable. What had gotten into him?
で、何の話をしてたんだ？
I jumped. It's not something I had to keep from my father. But how could I explain to him I was talking to a detective? I'm assuming he was, this late at night.
別に何も。友達だよ。
電話の話じゃなくて、来てたんだろう、今。レナちゃんが。
What? She was here. When?
来てないよ。
もう、ごまかさなくたっていいぞ。さっきレナちゃんが遊びに来てたじゃないか。だいぶ話し込んでるみたいだったから、お茶でもって思ったら、すれ違いだったんだよ。
What? She heard? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Please tell me you're seeing things, Father. I had no idea what Dad was talking about, but a cold sweat dripped down my back.
どのくらい話し込んでたかな。
レナちゃんが2階に上がったのが半くらいだったから、小1時間くらい
An
かな。
hour? Oh, we are so fucked.
2階に上がったの、父さん見たの？
ああ、見たよ。ケイチの部屋は階段を上がって奥の扉だよって声もかけた。
Nena came to my house about an hour ago. Dad met her at the door and called out to me on the second floor. I probably didn't hear him because I was so focused on my conversation with Oishi-san. I didn't reply, but he knew I was in my room, so he had her come inside. Then told her my room was on the second floor. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. Then about an hour passed. She passed by my dad just as he was bringing up tea and left. She came upstairs and about an hour passed. Then passed by my dad and returned home. Then after she came upstairs and until she left, where was Nena? There's only a short hallway between my room and the stairs, meaning Nena had, for about an hour in the hall. No, she couldn't have been standing in front of my door all that time. The door to my room wasn't particularly thick. You could easily hear everything being said inside. All of the unsettling and unguarded things I spoke to Oishi-san began rushing through my head.
お父さん、あまりからかっちゃダメよ。それよりアトリエを片付けて。またこぼすわよ。
Oh my god. Mom yelled up at Dad from downstairs. Dad left the tray with me and went downstairs with a disappointed chortle. I followed my dad out of the room with my eyes. I looked down at the floor around the doorway where Nena might have stood all the time. Just now, as I was talking to Oishi-san, with my back turned, Rena was standing a mere 6 feet away the whole time. All that time, in this dimly lit doorway, what did she see? What did she hear? For what reason? As the steam from the 2 teacups ominously wafted and twisted, the aroma of black tea filled my room. Is that the end of this chapter? Ooh. Just one tip this time. Notice from the police chief. July 1st, 1982. To Departments 1 through 12. Prefectural Police Headquarters, Director General. To the Chief Constable and all faculty managers. Regarding cases situated in the Hinamizawa village, notice. As cases in Shishibone City, Hinamizawa village, have been reported by certain sections of mass media, it has drawn global attention, which is causing serious repercussions for the local residents. This has become a very serious situation. If it's drawn global attention, why the fuck would Keiichi move there? To protect the livelihood and prosperity of the residents, the following notice has been issued. 1. Designate the following criminal investigations as classified. Okinomiya Station, 1982, case number X. Hinamizawa Village housewife murder, dated June. Okinomiya Station, 1982, case number X. Hinamizawa Village student disappearance, dated June. Non-disclosure of information. Okinomiya Station, 1979, case number. Hinamizawa site foreman murder, date June. Shira Station, 1980, case number. Shirakawa Natural Park falling incident. Okinomiya Station, 1981, case number. Hinamizawa Village Shinto priest wife's disappearance, dated June. 3. Requesting self-restraint from each organization concerning the release of sensitive information. Please see attached reference materials 1, 2, and 3. Management. Prefecture Police Headquarters. Internal line. Police Affairs Department. So they didn't want any of this getting out. They wanted to keep it quiet. But who is, like, why? Why, though? But why? That really just gave me more questions. My gosh, what a creepy episode. I actually got jump scared by a visual novel. Never thought that that would happen in my life. That was really good. And yeah, it seems Rena is maybe possessed, or I don't know, because as far as I know, Oyashiro-sama's curse is only, you know, taking place during the Watanagashi festival, and that's over with. So we should be safe, but should is a logical fallacy, so we're never safe. We have to get out of here. And by we, I mean Keiichi and his stupid parents, who are ignorant imbeciles, just living their lives in ignorance and bliss. And how is Keiichi supposed to survive this? I don't know. It's really creepy. I had a blast. This has been my favorite chapter yet of Onikakushi. I don't know how many more we have to go, but it feels like it's really getting towards the climax. And I'm just having so much fun. So thank you for watching as always, and I hope to come back with the next episode very soon. Bye-bye.